welcome back to Mexico News Network's Breaking News. Now, keep informed 24/7 by logging on to our website on www.mexiconewsnetwork.com, and also do not forget to follow us on social networks on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. You'll find us as Mexico News Network. Now, before we continue with more information, let me remind you exactly where we are. We are in the beautiful El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma, an adults-only gourmet inclusive hotel in the heart of Riviera Maya. Now, let's continue with more information. Raul Rojas holds a PhD in economics and statistics at Freie University of Berlin, Germany, where he teaches artificial intelligence and robotics, and is also an inventor currently helping to improve self-driving ground vehicles. The Mexican professor has even won the Teacher of the Year award for 2014, granted by the German Association of University Professors. According to Rojas, perseverance, preparation, and love for what he does are the key elements for success, not just in science, but in life itself. Rojas was born in Mexico City in 1955. He discovered his passion for mathematics and physics at a very young age. For this reason, he enrolled in the National Polytechnic Institute. Now, eventually, he would realize that it was in Germany where he could teach and reach his highest potential as an inventor. Aside from being a scientist, Rojas is also a robot soccer world champion. In the year 2004 and 2005, his team of robots won the world championship. His dedication to science would eventually earn him membership into the Mexican Academy of Science and the Wolfgang von Kempelen Prize for his work, The History of Computer Science. His most remarkable invention until now began in 2003 when he conducted research into autonomous vehicles. The Berlin Sprit was the result of 4 years of hard work. This minivan had cameras, sensors, and a GPS that made it possible to drive the car using only computers, even with a smartphone, or by a person using a remote control. In 2011, Rojas and his team shook the scientific community once again with Made in Germany, a newer version of their previous vehicle. Only this time, the trunk of the car had hidden sensors and a brand new technology that made it possible to move it with electromagnetic brain waves. Raul Rojas said to El País in 2014 that they wanted to develop a system for a wheelchair that can be moved with the brain of a disabled person. Currently, Raul Rojas is teaching calculus and machine learning at the Reno campus of the University of Nevada. Now, continuing along with more information, not to be confused with his father, Carlos Slim Helu, the business mogul. Carlos Slim Domit has also made a name for himself in the business world, putting passion over money, working in the areas that are most attractive for him, such as music and speed. As the oldest son, he has gained privileged position in some of his father's empire. Now let's learn a few facts on this passionate businessman. He was born into the marriage of Carlos Slim Helu and Soumaya Domit in 1967 and is the oldest of 6 siblings: Marco Antonio, Patrick, Soumaya, Vanessa, and Joanna, a family where all the children have similar proportions of the fortune, but men are the ones who make decisions upon the companies. As of today, he is chairman of the Grupo Carso, a large and very important diversified conglomerate in Latin America, which covers 4 different sectors, mainly commercial, industrial, energy, and infrastructure, along with construction sectors. He is also chairman of Grupo Sanborns and Teléfonos de México, better known as Telmex, besides sharing chairmanship of América Móvil with his brother Patrick. He is co-chair of the World Economic Forum of Latin America. He was considered as the unattainable bachelor until 2001, when he met his current wife, Maria Elena Torruco, whom she married in 2010, and as of today, they have 3 beautiful children, Carlos, Emiliano, and Mariel. It seems that the Slim Torruco couple wants a very large family, just as the ones they grew up in. Now, since a very young age, Carlos expressed his great passion for speed, and in 2002 he founded Escuderia Telmex, a project to develop drivers in top-level categories. This year, Formula One is back in Mexico, and 2 Mexican pilots will be in the race: Sergio Checo Pérez and Esteban Gutierrez. In 2012, Carlos Domit was admitted into the Hall of Fame of the Mexican Motorsport Federation for his invaluable support and continuous encouragement of Mexican sports. Another one of his passions is music. He was a DJ at a nightclub in Acapulco and performed a 40-minute set in his wedding reception. So we would expect he's also involved in the music industry. Well, he is. Grupo Sanborns includes department stores Sanborns, which have a large music section, and also holds a majority stake in Mixup, a chain of music stores in Mexico. Earlier on this year, Grupo Carso launched Claro Música online music service. It is probably a safe bet to say that Carlos Slim Domit's influence in the mega empire his father built has given great value and is proof that business and pleasure can go hand in hand if it's smartly done, giving an already important company a fresh perspective and updating it to meet the consumer as well as global trends. In other news, Slovenian archaeologist Ivan Sprajic and his team have managed to discover over 80 cities nestled in the jungles of the Yucatan Peninsula. His arduous fieldwork and research yields findings that help shed light on mysteries of the ancient Maya civilization. Sprajic has been nicknamed the real Indiana Jones in recognition of his demanding exploration of the Maya jungles for almost 20 years now. His job is to trek through practically inaccessible territory that hides entire cities, some of which have already been uncovered by him and his whole team. Among his findings are the ancient Maya sites of Chactún, Tamchen, and Lagunita. The largest discovery has been made in a largely unexplored territory that covers about 1,200 square miles in the northern area of the Calakmul Biosphere Reserve in the southeast end of the state of Campeche. This area was designated by the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization as a Natural and Cultural World Heritage Site in 2014 for treasuring Maya history and preserving the jungles. Finding these cities has brought new information to light that could provide some answers on the ancient Maya cities, although many mysteries still remain. If we are finding things that seem unique to us now, it means that there are still a lot of things that we do not know about the Mayas, he told The Guardian in October 2014. Discovering these treasures takes great effort but also brings enormous satisfaction. On several occasions, they have had 2-3 weeks of just cutting down through the bush to get to know some location without knowing what they could find, said Ivan Sprajic during an interview with CNN. When they get to the site, it feels like a big victory, like they have done it. If it had been easy, then other people would have done it already. Funding is of course essential for these expeditions, and on his 2014 campaign, he received support from Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, as well as from the Ken and Julie Jones charitable foundations in the US and from private firms. As far as we know, Dr. Ivan Sprajic continues to explore the Maya jungles of the Yucatan Peninsula. We wish him great success in his future endeavors. May he find more sites that might provide more answers to our questions on this ancient and fascinating civilization. Now, in further information, after 21 years of hard work, a team of 30 scientists from Mexico, Japan, Germany, France, the United States, Canada, and other countries will begin new research on the Chicxulub Crater in Yucatan, Mexico, in hopes that it will help them understand what happened on the planet after an asteroid hit the Earth 65 million years ago. Chicxulub is a unique crater. It is 200 kilometers in diameter, and the scientific community believes that the impact that took place there was the cause of extinction of 75% of living organisms at the time, including dinosaurs. According to the plan, a boat platform will be set up on the crater center, which is located 40 kilometers off of the coast of Puerto Progreso in the state of Yucatan, for the extraction of layer samples of the ground at the time of the collision. For this task in particular, it will be necessary to drill 1.5 kilometers deep into the ocean. This platform will be a floating scientific laboratory that will host geochemical and petrophysical laboratories, as well as description and nucleus preparation area. The European Consortium for Ocean Research Drilling, better known as ECORD, will invest around 10... El brazo como, ¿está bien así?
Vamos en 4, 3, 2.
Description and nucleus preparation area. The European Consortium for Ocean Research Drilling, better known as ECORD, will invest around $10 million in this endeavor, as confirmed by Jaime Urrutia, a geophysicist from the National Autonomous University of Mexico, and also head chief of the investigation team. Now, according to Sean Gulick, a researcher at the University of Texas, the Chicxulub Crater scientific drilling project has three main aspects to investigate: to analyze the stages of the mass extinction events which took place 65 million years ago, to document the process of the asteroid impact, and last but not least, to understand what kind of conditions enable the restoration of the entire habitat. Ligia Perez Cruz, also a UNAM researcher, said that the importance of this investigation lies in understanding climate change. She added that at that time, the Earth went through a process that was very similar to today's global warming, and to understand how the planet went through those changes back in those days would be a very important tool for the entire scientific community. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more information after these few messages.
Audio Jungle.